Let me go. Let me go.
Okay, so somebody please confirm that you can hear me. And otherwise, I just heard the kids dropping something on the ground, so nice. So, hello everyone. For whomever is not familiar with how this goes, this is a more or less regular Thursday long stream in which there is an intermezzo in the very middle when Peter goes out to eat dinner so he can be refreshed, replenished, and be here for another 4 or so hours. So it is very long. For us, it goes well into the night. And for you, it is hopefully very enjoyable. And the price of that is that I show up and I bother you. Hello, everyone. I love you all very much. Okay, so what I have prepared for you, I'm going to share here in the chat. That's oh, fun fact. Well, fun fact. This one is coming from a Hungarian group of originally college students, I think, and they have put this together very nicely, and we have been doing it for some 7 years. I'm not sure. They started originally in 2012, but they refresh it every year. They make some adjustments, so I like to get the fresh version every year. What this is about is that is a very helpful little booklet, a little tool to reflect on the year that you are just leaving behind and on the year that is coming up. Last year, I think we did not do it because in the end of the year, beginning of the new year, Peter was really very much struggling with the onset of long COVID, and we really were not in the mood of reflecting on a full year of quarantines and distancing and the anxiety of whether or not we will get infected or if the pandemic will pass quickly enough and then getting infected and going through with the hell of that. So even though we had a half-year-old baby with us, that was really a joy, and there were a lot of personal growth and many joyful things happening. We just really were not up to doing any reflection about the year as it was. So this year, I hope that we can get at it again and pick it up. And I realized that I have ignored chat completely. So sorry about that. Let me check what's happening over there. Okay, yeah. Yeah, they grew out pretty much, and they don't usually do this, okay? So my nails don't usually get this long because I have small children and I spend a lot of time in the kitchen. So usually something happens with them, but right now it's total accident. They grew out and I had to do something about it because it's so rare that this happens. I hope they can last through the new year. So I would get some, a teeny tiny bit of adult fun of, oh my God, I have fancy long nails. Because otherwise we are going to have a party revolving around the kids. A New Year's Eve party with kids around. It's going to be fully about showing the kids what a party like this can be, should be, how we usually approach it. And talking to them about the calendar as it is, because our 4-year-old is just old enough to start picking up on how the time goes and what are the names of the days and how much is a week and things like this. So New Year's Eve thing is pretty big for her. Okay. Hey, Coconut Cream Soaper, you are lovely as ever. Hannah the Heretic. I don't think I have seen you in a while. It's nice to see you again. Hello. Yeah, Peter is definitely a sweetheart. It was a great hit for the female population when he got snatched up. Sorry, not sorry. Hey, chiclets. Okay. Okay, I realize I'm calling everyone out, but I missed you. So hello, the dude is here. Oh, okay. Baby Ponders. Baby Ponders is probably putting food on the floor right now. I'm glad that one day a week, Peter is there for that. Okay, that came out wrong because he's trying to be present for a family meal, all four of us together at least once a day. So it happens pretty much every day of the week. What is special about the Thursday streams is that he gets to have a meal alone with the kids while I am here. That does not mean that I don't get the cleanup though. I will be picking up food from the floor. Oh, I'm so sorry you're struggling with some problem with a sickness. 6 weeks is pretty long. I hope it clears up soon. Okay. No, actually, sorry, not sorry. It's not like he was a big ladies' man, but he went out dating and the ladies really did love him because he treats the ladies very well, very nicely. And he's got this he also has this no-nonsense confidence about him. Like he knows what he is, who he is, and what he offers, and that's pretty damn charming, right? So when he asked me out the first time, it was pretty much clear that I can say whatever and he's still going to be happy. Okay? It's an opportunity for me. And of course, if I say yes, he will be lucky, but even if I say no, he would be all right. He would still be him. And that's pretty okay. And that kind of confidence was, wow. Like not confident in his abilities to charm ladies. It was a lot more confidence about himself as a person, who he was, and what he offered to whomever he asked out. So that was lovely. I'm not kidding. It was a great hit for the female population that he's no longer available. Oh, you're so sweet, Coconut Cream Soaper. I do try to be a really good partner because this is teamwork. Anything and everything we do it as a team and supporting each other. I mean, whatever he does, he can always be confident about it that he has someone in his corner, supporting him wherever he goes, whatever he does. And I've got the same. Okay, I can rely on him for anything and everything, and that is what being married is about. I'm pretty lucky, but I try to make sure that he feels lucky too. Mm. Oh, oh, Hannah, I'm so sorry about your dad. My genuine condolences. That is so tough. I'm so sorry you are going through this now. And yeah, okay, I've got to really agree with that level of confidence. It really made it really gave me the freedom to say whatever I honestly felt like. So yeah, that was really nice. Okay, so about this year compass thing that I brought for you, and I am totally not talking about it. So it is about reflecting. And okay, it's halfway about reflecting on the year that is past and that is right behind us. And then the other half is about preparing yourself for the coming year in an other way than making empty promises. So it helps you to learn from your mistakes, celebrate your victories, and set a vision for yourself for the next year, pretty much. It's pretty nice. I can recommend it to anyone and everyone. Okay. Let's see. Digital. Oh, okay. Sure. Okay. Do you all see the PDF I just opened up? Do we not have this out here? Do we have it? Do we have it? Let me see. Okay, yeah. The PDF is there. Nice. I'm not gonna help you with the math homework, okay? I have not studied math in well over 10 years, only for fun. Okay, what kind of math homework it is? Tell me about your math homework. I love math. I studied math in university. Okay, so more introduction, and then it gives you a recommendation about how to go about it. It's actually pretty nice to do with some friends. I can recommend it doing filling it out with some friends that you are really comfortable going deep with. Okay, because it really is about reflecting over your very own deeper experiences and hopes and wishes. And to be able to share those, you can't just sit down with some dudes you like to hang out with, okay? You need some friends that you can really trust about your deeper and innermost feelings and thoughts. So doing it with a group of friends, absolutely, just make sure they are really close friends. Okay. Take care, Hannah. And calculus. Calculus is nice, but that's a pretty broad subject. Okay. I'm not going to go through everything, all right? And I'm sorry, I'm not going to open up about everything, but I would like to give you all an overview of this to introduce this, and I encourage everyone to try it out, okay? Maybe first just by yourself and then look into it. All right, so it starts with going through with your calendar and make notes of everything that stood out for you. Okay? For us, I think the most important bits were actually moving into this house. We were waiting for a very long time for it to be ready to welcome us. And then even after we moved in, there was about half a year of constant additional works that really needed to be done. And when that was finished, that was a huge thing. All right. Other than that, there were some long COVID checkups, which are significant in a different way, but they gave us confirmation that Peter's health is on the right track. So I can say that while it was really scary, and even more so the fact that we needed it, uh, it held some good news for us. So I'm glad about that. And to be honest, this year didn't have that much other than that for us, I think. At least not what I can publicly share. Haha. Hydrate. You are right. Did Peter leave something for... Oh, come on, coffee. What does this man think? Storing 2 sips of coffee. Come on. But thank you for the hydrate. Hmm. Okay. Then on the next part, and I like this one, it gives you some really broad areas, topics, and it calls you to think about the past year in the context of these topics. What happened to you? What happened around you? What did you experience regarding your personal life and family, your career and studies, friends and community wise? And for this, actually, the Twitch community and the Project Zomboid community is going to feature very significantly here. I can tell you that already. Okay, that was a huge thing. I don't think Peter expected the community as it welcomed him, and honestly, I have no idea what I expected, but not this. I don't even know if I expected anything at all. But if you asked me to imagine what it would be like for him to grow with a gaming community, the way the Project Zomboid community on Twitch welcomed him, honestly, I'm really very much positively surprised by that. It's amazing. Relaxation, hobbies, creativity, it is kind of it's kind of connected. Physical health and fitness. Oh well, the kids keep us moving. Okay. Running after them is a workout on its own. Mental health, self-confidence, self-knowledge. That is pretty deep. Okay. I encourage everyone to actually look into it. And these two are actually new. Okay. I'm not sure what exactly was here last year. I think one of them were probably a boot list. Like, what is it that you have on your on an imaginary on actual list that you want to do or achieve throughout your life before you depart this earth? And if you did anything regarding that this year, anything happened about that, that would be really nice. And instead of that, we have now habits that define you. I think that's pretty nice, and something for a better tomorrow. Wow. That's pretty deep. What did we do for a better tomorrow? I'm not sure if I can answer this right away. I'm pretty happy that I'm looking through this with you all now. So when I actually sit down with Peter to do this, I will probably have answers because right now I don't. And then going forward, yeah. Okay, you know what? Reducing harm is pretty significant, okay? That's really nice. Going forward, this booklet gives you different kind of prompts to help you reflect. Like the wisest decision I made. And I found often in past years that things that came up previously, uh, they tended to come up with in different years later on. Like the wisest decision I made, the biggest lesson I learned. This is pretty huge. This is very significant. It's a very significant takeaway from the whole session. Biggest risk I took. This can be great for those of us who like to go for the sure thing as much as possible. Biggest surprise of the year, positive or negative. Most important thing I did for others. That can help you move out of your shell. Yeah. Biggest thing I completed. Oh, for those of us who always like to chase the new shiny thing and start new projects, discarding old ones without actually completing them, I found that regularly reflecting on this is pretty helpful. Mm. Hey, coconut cream soaper, that means that restraint means that you have improved yourself. And doing so, you actually added to this word. I think that's pretty nice. Now, what? What? Come on. What are you most proud of? Who are three people who influenced you the most? Multiple years, I found that this question, when this popped up, uh, and we went through that list of people who held a significant, who significantly influenced us during the year, I found that sometimes I got surprised, but even more than that, I felt grateful to these people many times and reached out to them uh, with a little note. And that was honestly a really positive experience each and every time. So I would like you all to consider doing this, okay? Think about all the people who influenced your life and think about whether or not you would like to reach out to them for that influence. Because maybe you want to tell them that, hey, during this year when you helped out with this or that, honestly, that was pretty great and I appreciate it. Thank you. And you know what? Receiving such a note can be so amazing and humbling. Being your best self is the most you can do for yourself and for this whole world. And if that is what you keep being your goal, I think you're doing all right. Hmm. Maybe your best self on the days when you don't feel like you have met this criteria. Maybe your best self includes being graceful, about not living up to your own expectations. Okay? Because what if one of your friends failed to have a day as they wished and wanted, if they failed to actually do the workout they really wanted to, if they failed eating a healthy lunch the first time during this week, if they failed actually getting to their appointments on time, maybe because they didn't sleep well, or maybe they just were forgetful that day. Would you really hold all of these against them, or you would say that I can see that you are trying, I'm not mad at you, I can forgive this? You can also forgive yourself. You can be graceful, and that kindness is really important. Okay, so maybe your best self is not about being on time for each and every one of your appointments, but forgiving yourself when you fail to meet all expectations. Hmm? Hey, hey, sometimes a good cry is what you need. And I love you. If you need someone to tell you and you haven't been told lately, it's all right to cry from time to time. Pretty healthy, actually. Uh, okay. Hey, Cryptid Waifu Genesis. Come on. Come on. No, not come on. Welcome in. Welcome back. Oh, we are going to ponder about crying. Yeah, well. Okay, so when our firstborn started growing, and no, even before that, actually. So when she was a baby, and babies cry from time to time, and I started reading up on all things about babies, and crying was included there. So the thing is, babies cry, and from time to time, we have absolutely no idea why. And the best thing you can do for babies who cry is to check for all the actual reasons you can guess. Like, are they hungry? Are they uncomfortable? Too warm? Too cold? Dirty diaper? Whatever. And when you can't find anything, then you just be there for them. And that is because babies have no other ways to tell you if they are hungry or too hot or too cold or uncomfortable in any other way. So they can't ask for your help with anything else but crying. And as children grow bigger and they learn to express themselves better, they stop crying about so many different things. And as they grow bigger and bigger, then they pretty much only cry whenever they have emotional needs that are not met, and or if they are meeting, oh, if they are having really difficult emotions or very strong emotions. And the best you can do at those times as a parent or a supportive person in their lives is to be there for them. You don't need to distract them from their crying. You don't need to bribe them out of their crying. You don't need to threaten them out of the crying. You can just be there for them. And I found that this is not only for children, okay? It's also for adults and for yourself as well. From time to time, each and every person will have a reason to cry. And whether or not that reason seems significant enough for you to cry about does not matter. Hello, baby. Do you really want to say hello, huh? I'm not going to go fetch you now. Maybe when we swap with daddy, okay? Yeah, let me talk a little bit more about crying, okay? Hello. Okay, sorry for the interruption. So, for yourself and for anyone else in your life, if someone is crying, you can just be there for them. It's the best thing you can do. And it's pretty healthy to actually cry whenever. And you can absolutely give yourself the grace to be there for your own self when you cry. It's one of the most loving things you can do for anyone, okay? To put yourself on the back burner for a little bit and instead just be there. And to be honest, it's extremely difficult as well if that's not how you were brought up. Okay, I lost the chat. I'm sorry. Okay. Oh, you guys are having a moment. That's great. Oh, hey, Cryptid Waifu Genesis. That's lovely. Okay, that happens from time. Sometimes our kids have things like haven't slept enough or whatever, and there is absolutely nothing you can do about it, and they just cry and cry and cry. And to be honest, just being there and reassuring them that you are there for this, and they cry as much as they feel they need. And there is a little bit of you can see on them that they are still crying, but they feel a little easier to have you there and have your support. And that's lovely, actually. Okay, it's also heartbreaking, okay? I'm not gonna lie. Okay. Oh, I have two kids. The older one is 4 years old, and the little one is 3 years younger. So she's about 1.5 now, actually. They were both born during summer. They are little enough that even the big one loses her words whenever she's really undergoing some big emotions. I think we all can relate to that, whenever you are feeling something really huge or heavy or just, big sadness, very big sadness, you are at a loss for words. And the kids also experience the same thing, okay? The smaller they are, the more they experience this, that whenever they have some struggles, they lose their words. And I think that telling kids at these times to use your words is not very useful, okay? Because they literally are not able to use their words because they are so upset. Uh, Instead, just supporting them, reassuring them that you are there for them, and that support will help them to find their words again. And then afterwards, when they have calmed down and can move forward, that is the time when they can actually tell you about what happened to them. Uh, uh, oh my God, cryptid waifu genesis. A broken bone for a newborn baby. Ah, I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry for that poor little babe. Oh my God, the personnel on those ER visits, how dare they? How? I'm just going to put this away, but I am completely 100% enraged on your behalf. Oh, my kids are really interested in all kinds of noise making. I just can't deal with that. So all of the musical education is coming from daddy, because when kids first learn to make music, it's very noisy and not very musical, and I can't really deal with that kind of noise. I like encouraging them, and most of all, I like encouraging MrsPonders to spend time with making music with the kids together. Mm. Okay. Wow. Okay, I'm not going to get into your kids' health, because I get all over the place when I do that. And that's not nice. Okay, at least you learned how to advocate for her, okay? That's pretty great. It's going to come very handy. I'm so sorry. Okay, so let's go forward a little bit. All these questions are pretty helpful for reflecting, and I found that I don't want to actually answer each and everything in this little booklet when I go through with it. And whoever missed it, I'm going to post the link again. And for those of you who have arrived on the stream and don't know what the hell is going on, hello, hello, I am MamaPonders, MrsPonders, the wifey, and whatever else you know me by. I'm coming here once a week on Thursday for dinner time, when Peter is having dinner with the kids alone, so he can come back and stay here for about 4 more hours. And that's a very long stream for his normal schedule. The price for that is to have a break in the very middle for his physical and mental health, because otherwise he doesn't eat for 10 hours, okay? And that's not cool. That's not good for him, and I'm pretty sure that's not good for you either. Uh, So I posted this link in the chat, and that link will lead you to this little booklet that you can print out if you want. There are several languages actually. It's available in several languages. And what it is a little guide to help you reflect on the past year and set a vision or path for the next year. And it contains really nice questions that can guide this reflection if you don't usually reflect on things this deeply. These questions and pointers can really help guide it. And then there's described the greatest, most memorable, joyful moments from last year. Draw them if you want, or describe them. Think about it. Really just think back to it, relive it a little bit. It's pretty great, okay, to remember and recall the best moments from the year. That's awesome. Don't skip that, okay? Feel it again and celebrate it. Okay, biggest accomplishments. Pretty good to bring it out. What did you achieve? Okay, and if you had great accomplishments, 3 is a great number to go with, but you can list just 2 or 4, whatever. And then think about it, okay? How did you do that? What did you have to do to get there? Who was there with you? Who helped with you? Who supported you? And in a similar ways, what was very challenging for you? What did you have to do to meet these challenges? And what lessons did you learn by going through all these? Okay, a great example for that is that when you learn to advocate for your child. I'm so sorry. Forgiveness. For some time, we were listing things that we knew we had to forgive, but couldn't yet bring ourselves to forgive. And I think that list keeps growing. But also, I think that this year we will be able to say that a couple of things, older things, will be finally forgiven. So maybe not in within the year that these things happen, but after some more time, we can definitely bring ourselves to forgive them. Just sometimes it's more than a year. Sometimes it's more than a decade. So yeah, actually, it even notes it here, okay? If you don't feel ready to forgive yet, that's all right. Actually, setting this intention out that you don't want to keep carrying this burden, even if you are not yet able to put it down, it can be really helpful. And that is something I encourage all of you, okay? Because there are some things that are really, really very difficult to forgive, okay? And somebody hurts you in whatever way, and you feel like you can't yet forgive, or you say, why would I want to forgive that? The reason for that is that when somebody hurts you and then you keep carrying it, it is a burden until you can let it go. And Sometimes forgiveness is not the right word for it, but making your peace with what happened and letting it go can really free you. And maybe not yet. Maybe you are not yet ready for it, but sometime you will be ready to let go of all the hurt. Make peace with whatever happened to you. Accept that it happened. Put that burden down and go forward, lighter, much more freer. You can do it. Maybe not today, maybe not even next week, but you will do it. Hey, I'm missing chat again. Sorry. Okay. You're troubled by forgiveness. Hmm. Uh, can you even do it without their acknowledgement? Can you even forgive someone without them acknowledging that they hurt you? You can. Yes, you can. That's not a requirement, okay? Forgiveness is not tied to what the other does. Their hurt is tied to what they do. Okay? Forgiveness is only within you. The thing is that you might not want to forgive them without it. And I find that it's for people who are no longer a part of your life for whatever reason, it's a lot simpler, a lot more easier to forgive them because you are not afraid of future hurts. But for those people who are still in your life and you expect to keep them in your life, hello, baby. Hello. Hello. Okay, Peter is saying that he's soon coming back, so we are not going to go into setting a vision for the next year. But I want to talk a little bit more about this forgiveness thing. Okay, so the people who are in your life, you can absolutely forgive them without them acknowledging whatever they did against you. The thing is that that forgiveness is not going to also be the same as having and keeping them in your life. Sweetie, I don't want that big ball. Please don't throw that big ball on me. Okay? Can you go and play with that big ball a little bit? You want to keep the door open? And you filled your shirt with toys. That's lovely. Can I talk to these lovely people for a little bit? Okay. Papa, goodbye, bye-bye. Okay, maybe when Daddy's coming in, you can come and say hello, okay? Wait then. Wait until then. Okay. So, if you forgive the people who are still a part of your life without them acknowledging that they did something against you or hurt you, then that can feel like an invitation for them to do it again. And that can hold you back from forgiving. Because if they can't even acknowledge what they did and you just let it all go, what will keep them from doing it again or hurting you in other ways again? So for people who are still a part of your life, that can be a lot more difficult. You really do have to set some serious boundaries with them. And maybe those boundaries can help you forgive, or not even forgiving, but at least make your peace with whatever happened. Okay. So if you frame forgiveness as something that you give to the other, then maybe try, instead of forgiveness, making peace. Peter likes olives, yes. Okay, and letting go. This is a lot more broader than what I was talking about, and I think this is the second to last page from the past year, from the reflection part. If there is something that you are carrying from this past year that you don't want to carry with yourself into the next year, into the future, if there is something you feel like is a kind of a burden and you would like to put it down and get rid of, then this is a pretty nice page to just spend an entire page with it if you wish to. There are definitely every year things we write down here and might not be able to yet actually do it, but acknowledging it, that it exists, is pretty helpful. Okay. Hey, Reznov Torodish, hello. Yeah, I'm here. Peter has been out having dinner, and I came here and I shared this really nice reflection guide that we try to do every year, but except for the last year. I'm going to share the link one last time, and very soon I'm letting Peter come back. So for the very last page for the reflection guide is this really smart looking thing of choose 3 words to define this past year. It's really not very helpful to me because I can't really compact whatever I want to say ever. Maybe you have noticed. I'm not sure. Okay. And these are some more pointers about how you can reflect some more. And here's a prompt to say goodbye to this past year, which can help to your mental health. It can help you to move forward. And at this point, you are encouraged to take a little break and then go forward with the second part of this little booklet, which is planning or setting a vision or defining a path for yourself for the year ahead. And I think that we will do that maybe next time. What do you think? Okay. Peter is asking if it's really difficult to concentrate on the stream with him and the baby floating in the background. What? Okay, I see that this little one lost her socks. Do you want to come say hello? Oh, wrist deep in your own mouth. Whatever is that? Hello. Hey, 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 hey. The saliva is heavy with this one. I think maybe some teeth are wanting to come out. I forgive myself for wanting to hurt someone pretty badly. Okay, I regularly don't feel like that needs to be forgiven because some people really want, they really actually deserve that intention, even if I don't go through with it. But the other thing that you wrote, Cryptid Waifu Genesis, asking if, do I want to give this other person any more of my life? That's a very important question, okay? Do you want to really spend your time and energy, your own self, on someone who is so low? Okay? Okay. Okay. So I think we will swap places for now, not with the baby, but with Peter. Hey, very nice saying hello. Okay, yeah, she went out of frame for that, but she can see herself on the other monitor and on the other screen, and now she's really invested in saying hello to herself on the other screen. Okay, sweetie, can you go out and I'm coming after you, okay? Okay, I want to come with you, but you've got to go out first. Okay, there was this screen where I can mute this.
All right, let's swap places with Mom, okay? Do you want me to come with me? Yes, 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 of course. Of course, of course. Wait. Let's go together. Yeah, it's a process, okay? Bear with us. Saintfield, the absolute legend. Actually, can you do that for me? Can you hit?
So I promised you all last time that we would get back to this and continue with the planning ahead for the next year thing. Okay, so, all right. Just quickly checking that I'm not blocking the PDF from the stream itself. So if you are not familiar with this, it's the Year Compass booklet, which is this nice little thing that is a group of, I think, originally college students sitting down together and making a little booklet that held a lot of questions that prompted them to reflect better on the year that has passed, and some more to help them think about and prepare for and plan for the coming year. And we traditionally do this with Peter around New Year's, pretty much every year for, I'm not sure how long, well, not since 2012, but maybe 2014. And it's always a blast. And the last time when I came on the stream, I reviewed the first part of the booklet, which is all about the past year. But I stopped when we reached the year ahead section of the booklet. So I should warn you all that I am terrible at keeping up with the chat, so I might slip up on that. Now, I am going to review the prompts and questions, but I am not going to answer these questions because I think it is very, very personal, and I'm just not very comfortable with all of that. But I really want to introduce this whole idea to all of you because I think it's just awesome to in a sense remind you that there's a whole new year and to prepare, and these questions really help. And I think preparing like this is a little better than setting a New Year's resolution. So what does the year ahead of you look like? Why will it be great? What would happen in an ideal world? And this is about expectations and daring to dream. So I found that is something that is many people are not comfortable dreaming big. So if you needed the permission to do that, this is it. Dare to dream big. Maybe it will not happen, but maybe it will. This is what my next year will be about, and this is bringing back these areas of focus with personal life, career, friends and community, hobbies and creativity, health, both physical and mental, habits that define you. And again, a reminder, New Year's resolutions do not work. Creating good habits that will help you to become a better person, those work. And a better tomorrow. What will you do next year to leave the world in a better shape than you found it? And this reminds me of a saying that goes like, if you go out camping, always leave the campsite in a better shape than you found it. True for the word. Uh-oh. There's great crying outside. I need to check it. All right. So there were unstoppable cries and tears flowing freely because the kids are now playing with one flashlight. They are sharing it and lighting up the ceiling, and they are taking turns. And taking turns is incredibly difficult. And the little one, 1.5 years young, she's not yet, well, sometimes she just does not understand it, that taking turns means that she sometimes needs to hand over things, even though she will get it back. Whether or not she doesn't understand the part that she will get back the toy or that the other one can have it as well, I'm not sure. But whatever happened outside, okay, it sounded like she broke an arm and a leg. When in reality, she was just not handed the torchlight as quickly as she expected. So I think tonight we will have a difficult time. Ow. Okay. Oh yes. Otherwise, they are very sweet sisters. But they do clash sometimes. I think that's pretty normal, but it is painful. So, magical triplets. I will love these 3 things about myself. I am ready to let go of these three things, and I want to achieve these three things the most. These three people will be my pillars during rough times. Wow, knowing who you can rely on, that is indeed magical. I will dare to discover these three things. I will have the power to say no to these three things. Ouch. Any chocolate addicts out there? Make my surroundings cozy with these three things. I think this is just sweet. Do three things every morning. Setting good habits up for your morning. That can actually be magical, okay? It can set you up for a good day. And when you... I will share a little secret with you. If you get up in the morning and just everything sucks, like you already have a cramp in your neck by the time you get out of bed, and you can't find any of the clothes you want to wear, and it's pouring outside, and nothing seems to work, and you don't have enough time to drink your coffee. If you just take a few seconds to center yourself and to say that, okay, it has not been going very well this morning, but I am not giving in. After a morning that truly sucks, I can still have a great day. This can actually turn it around. Okay? So don't give up. Even when it truly sucks. Even when you wake up to the kids being the bed. Okay? Okay, if you go for the kids to wake them up and they wake up in a puddle, it can still work. I promise. I will pamper myself with these three things regularly. Great for people who struggle to actually do any kind of self-care. I will visit these three places. I will connect with my loved ones in these three ways. Especially COVID times. Oh goodness, the isolation is just... You know what? If the zombie apocalypse happened, we might not realize for 2 days. Okay? We have been isolating really hard. Those are great things, coconut cream soaper. I love that. I will reward my successes with these three presents. Yes, please. Celebrate. Whenever you actually do achieve something, celebrate. Please. This year, I will not procrastinate anymore over something that I have been doing so. This year, I will draw the most energy from. I find this tricky every time I have to fill this form out. Surion. I thought it was only fancies. Or is that only for Toddy? It's Toddy, right? I'm sorry. I only have second-hand streamer culture. This year I will draw the most energy from. This year I will be bravest when. I will say yes when. This one, especially for those of us who are prone to say no to things that we really want to do. So, you made the logo for that. I think I saw it. Peter showed me one time. It came out pretty good. Okay, you know what? That camera filter of Toddy's, it's right scary. He went to OnlyFans from France. Okay. This year, I advise myself to. It will be special because I once again, you don't need to fill out each and everything. Okay, you don't have to answer any questions, every question, but just think about it, ponder about it. Okay, sit down with yourself and try to really go deep. Okay, it can be really helpful to set yourself up for success and for happiness, for allowing yourself to be happy. For those of us who were taught to only be happy when you reach great successes, allowing yourself to be happy about the little things in life can be really powerful. And I think that these kind of questions and prompts can be really helpful for that. Okay. Yeah, coconut cream soaper is right. That's exactly what this is about. My word for the year ahead. Okay, this one is a hard one for me. All right. I can't even pick one sentence. I tend to go on forever and ever and just not even take a stop for a breather. Okay. The thing that I'm sitting on the stream now, stuttering, that's unusual. Okay, that's a great and powerful word for you, okay? I get it. And a secret wish. And you know what? Do write it down or draw it or whatever. And then do keep it secret. And the reason for why I'm saying that is coming immediately after this. And actually putting this away and picking it out the next year when you start this again for after a year, it can be awesome. And seeing what if you even got this, oh goodness, that's just too powerful. But if not, but you made steps towards, still awesome, you know? And seeing if you could do any of these, if you actually kept the plans and promises you made for yourself, or see if you could turn these into habits, it can be just so great. Okay? Now, I'm going to put this away for now. Or in like this. So this should, yeah, I'm checking if this scene even looks good on the stream. Yeah, I'm so not confident about anything on the stream or whatever happens here. You couldn't tell, right? Okay, there's a window capture, and I think this is it. Okay, I will get this off. I did it! Guys, I did it! Sorry. Sorry. Okay. This is only big for me. All right. So, the other thing that I brought for you all is, apart from reviewing that little booklet briefly, is this thing, okay? Setting goals. Yeah. You're right. Celebrate even the little things. Yay! Eventually you have a talk show. No, I'm gonna be the guest star forever and ever. Like, I'm so uncomfortable here. You have no idea. Okay, so whoever is familiar with setting SMART goals from big companies, okay? Big company culture, Dilbert things, SMART goals. It's something that for the yearly performance review and setting your goals on the job for the next year or next time period is very, very popular and has been since, I don't know, 30 years. That's right. So it's about it's an acronym, and SMART goals are practical. We like SMART goals because they actually turn a goal into something that you can track, that you can do something about. And in this case, or at least the acronym I like is SMART for specific, measurable, actionable, realistic, and time-bound. And there are other versions like not realistic but relatable, or not actionable but attainable. And you can choose whichever flavor you like. I like this because for a goal for you to be able to do anything at all about something you want to achieve, it has to be somewhat specific and actionable. Because otherwise it's just a good idea. It's a nice dream. Like, it's nice to think about it, but how will you get there if it really doesn't seem realistic? Like, it's not a goal. If it's unrealistic, it's not a goal. It's a daydream. Hey, hi, Lady Grey. Good to see you. Measurable. Measurable is great because if you have no way to measure whether or not you are succeeding in your goal, or even if you can't even tell if you are getting closer in any sense whatsoever, then you're not, it is going to be so uncertain that your mind will just rebel against trying to work towards it. If it's not time bound, it will remain a daydream forever. Okay, if it's not actionable, you're not going. No, of course you are. You still would be able to do something about it, but it is going to be extremely difficult to do anything about something that is not actionable. Okay, that's right. You seem to be really familiar with this. Good. And I challenge you all who are familiar with SMART goals to try out DUMP goals, okay? Where DUMP goals stand for dream-driven, uplifting, method-friendly, and behavior-triggered, which is somewhat a different attitude towards setting goals, okay? Because you can set a very practical goal that is specific and measurable and actionable and realistic and time-bound, but that will not necessarily motivate you, okay? A motivating goal feels like a dream. It is uplifting. And it can still be method-friendly, okay? So you can actually do something about it. And if it is actually behavior triggered, so you can form habits around it that will help you achieve this goal, then you will set yourself up for success. And the thing is that your goals don't have to be either or. these are not actually mutually exclusive. Okay? Your goals can be practical and motivating. It might not be expressed in the same sentence, but it can share all of these qualities at the same time. Okay? You don't have to choose between practical and motivational. Okay? So, yeah, you are right. Coconut cream super is pretty good at this. Have you been raised in big company culture? All right. So this is the first thing that I wrote up. I'm not sure how much it's visible, but I am going to share my practical notes on the subject on Discord. Okay. So you can have both. You can have practical and motivational. Okay. Something that both motivates you and is practical, and you can actually do something about it. But the next thing is if you want to actually achieve your goals, there are some other things to consider. And for this, I can recommend from my heart, sincerely, Dr. K's New Year's resolution guide. He had a stream on Healthy Gamer GG, I think, recently. And he featured New Year's resolutions and how they fail and how you can work around that and actually achieve something in regards to your New Year's goals, New Year's resolutions. And he had a couple of great points, and I am going to paraphrase some of them, most of them, a lot of them. I loved that stream. Go check it out if you can. It was amazing. You used to do counseling. Oh. Yeah, these are huge things in corporate culture. When I'm not a homemaker and a mama to all of this huge family, I work in a big international corporation, and I am a mama to a team of engineers. So yeah, the Dilbert type corporate culture is something I am intimately familiar with, for better or worse. Yeah, that happens. And you know what? I don't hate it. Like, I can work with it. I can take care of my engineer babies and make sure that they can do their jobs safely and without being bothered by everyone else. Okay, without a big corporation weighing down on their necks. Okay, I deal with that part, so they are free to actually solve the engineering problems. And sometimes I work on those engineering problems. It's just recently I have been better at handling the corporate part, and my team was so grateful for that they took on most of the actual engineering tasks, and they just went like, okay, please go to that meeting. All right, I will handle your cases, your engineering cases. Just do that meeting. Don't make me go there, please. So we had this kind of compromise, and we shared the load, and it worked out pretty well. So yeah, I don't mean to belittle them, all right? Corporate culture can be draining. Attending endless meetings is not helpful for engineers at all, okay? To be able to actually focus on their job, to actually do great in their own work, it freed them up if I went to the meetings instead of my whole team. And I did it happily for my team. And I was pretty great at it. Like, after staying up a couple of nights with a screaming baby, an endless corporate meeting is not that big of a deal. Okay. Slight detour. Coming back to it. Actually, recently I'm just home with the kids. I want to go back to my office job, but I really appreciate that I got a chance to be home with my family when the kids are so little. And I'm taking it. And when I will go back. I will love my job and I will love coming home to my kids, but the thing is that I can stay home now and just be there with them all day long. And this is a time that is not going to come back. And I appreciate it so much that I'm able to be here and focus on this. It's an opportunity that I truly treasure, even though it can be draining. But coming back to setting goals, after what is usually really there in the big corporate cultures, setting goals actually. If you set a goal for yourself, if it's a personal goal, and you actually want to achieve it, if you are serious about it, or just about getting to know yourself, or getting to know more about your goal, or just understanding why you are always failing your resolutions, there are a couple of things to consider. Okay? And this is directly coming from my understanding of Dr. K's guidance on the New Year's resolution. But I loved it so much. Okay? I'm going to paraphrase it for you all. And if you think it's valuable, go check out the original. So, first, think about where your goal is coming from. Because if it's something like, oh, I should really get healthier, so I should be hitting the gym. So that's going to be my New Year's resolution. And that is truly, most honestly, the way you can put it into words, then it is a lightweight external pressure for your mind. And that is not going to work, okay? If the best way to put your goals into words is starting with I should, or I want, or I wish I could, these types of goals do not really stand to be challenged, because they are not very well grounded inside of you. Okay, if your goal is a slight external pressure of you really should be doing something, but you are not motivated from the inside to actually comply with that, you are going to give up whenever you have a chance. And if it is something like, I want a yacht, and that's it, you want a yacht because it would be pretty neat, when you need to pay the cost of it, you are going to fold. Okay, because these desires and wishes, you don't really want to pay the price for it. What are the things then that you are actually willing to pay the price for? Okay, if there is a cost to achieving your goals and your dreams, what will make you pay that cost? It's usually serious obligations, whatever you feel is your duty, and things that align well with your innermost values. Okay, so if you truly value time spent with your family, then finding a job that is closer to home, so you can spend more time with your family, is going to work much better than wanting a yacht, because it would be pretty neat. Okay, because if that aligns well with your values, spending time with your family, then this motivation will aid you very well. This will give you strength when the going gets tough. So just check where your goals are coming from. What is behind it when you try to set that New Year's resolution? What makes you think that you want this goal? What makes you want this goal? Is it a deep sense of obligation? Is it something that is aligned with your core values? Is it something that you feel is pressured upon you from the outside world? Because if you feel like, I really should go to the gym because I heard in the TV that it's really good for you, that's not gonna work out, okay? When you have sore muscles, or when it's raining outside and you need to brave the rain to get to the gym, you're going to give up in the second week or second month. But if you really value your health and you make a sudden realization that unless I actually work out, I am risking my health. And if your health is actually truly valuable to you, and let's be honest, it's not for a lot of people. Okay? Being healthy is not that important to many people. So, and that's fine. Your values are your values. But if you really value your health and you realize that you need to work out to stay in shape and be healthy, that will get you to brave the rain on a drenching February day on your way to the gym. Okay? So I think I went pretty far with it. The next thing that is going to help you achieve any goals, and here I'm coming back from that secret wish in the Year Compass booklet, is that peer pressure is not that helpful for everyone with every goal. Okay? That's a very helpful thing to consider, coconut cream soaper. Yeah. Will you be able to outrun disease if it actually happens? Will you? Peer pressure. In many articles and in many places, you will find this advice to make your goal as public as possible, to gain peer pressure, to be able to hold yourself accountable to other people. Because we are social animals, right? Have you ever met this advice? It's pretty popular. But the thing is that, and this is something that Dr. K pointed out, and I don't think I considered it before, that a burden shared is a burden halved. And that's the same for the times when your burden is something positive, like a goal that motivates you. Okay? So if you look at this goal, this motivation, and you think about it like a gallon of fuel, that this motivation is my fuel to work with. It's going to fuel me when I work towards my goal. If I'm working towards the achievements, this motivation is going to be my fuel. But how can peer pressure help so much if it also happens that when you tell your friends about your goal, it feels so much lighter immediately? It's almost like that same motivation that you felt when you set this goal, it fueled the conversation, and now there's nothing left from it, or very little left from it, to fuel you actually working on this thing. And here's something to consider. Okay, you can pretty much either talk the talk or walk the walk. Because if you use up the energy, the motivation from your goal in conversations, you're not going to have much left of it to use up in actually working towards it. Talking about it will already exhaust the whole thing. But if you keep it a secret, much like keeping a trauma a secret, it is going to continue working inside of you. It's not just true for traumas. It's not just a negative experience that can continue working inside of you until you have shared it enough, that you vented enough. It's true for positive things as well. Motivation can sit inside of you and fuel you and make you go forward. It can continue working inside of you. If you keep it a secret, the only way you can show it that you have this burning inside of you is that if you realize it, if you make this thing. Okay? Like when something really bad happens to you and you sit down with a friend or family member or your therapist and you talk about it endlessly, and every time you talk about it, you feel yourself being lighter and you feel your burden being lightening. It's just this thing that sits inside of you. It gets lighter and lighter and lighter. It's not only for traumas. It's also true for your motivation. If you keep talking about it, you will make it lighter and lighter and lighter, unless it doesn't have enough weight to make you do anything at all. And I don't think I have ever considered this in this context before, but it kind of makes sense. And it explains a lot of things that happened before, that I also experienced. So here's the pro tip. If you have goals, if you have a New Year's resolution, if you are dreaming about doing something big, or big for yourself, or just little one that is important to you, keep it a secret. Only share it through your work. Only share it through actually realizing it. Now, the last thing that I would like to point out is that if you are setting a goal for yourself that you need to work towards, then you probably don't have it, even though you might have been wanting it for a long time, or a short time, or however long the time is that since you first started considering it. And that is because moving towards things or changing things about your life is not easy. And if you need to work past hurdles, or if you need to overcome hardships to make this thing happen, to achieve your goals, to keep your resolution, then that's a lot of hard work. And your mind is going to resist that. Okay? So if your New Year's resolution is to stop eating junk, there is going to be a time during this year when you are up at 2 a.m. and you suddenly remember that a box of chocolate that you received from a coworker for your birthday or whatever, you know, a standard, I have no idea what to gift to you, so here's a box of fancy chocolate thing. And it's sitting at the top shelf of your cabinet, and you have been trying to avoid thinking about it at all. But now it's 2 a.m. You forgot about some kind of assignment that you need to work on right now. And you need the energy. And that's the time when you are going to absolutely 100% fold. You are going to give up at 2 a.m. when you are at your lowest point. You know you've got work ahead, and you know you have junk food at home. Okay? The 2 a.m. cookie binge or chocolate binge. And that is the time when your mind is going to tell you, it doesn't matter this one time. It's so very late. You have been so good. You deserve a cheat day. All of those things. And you know that they are lies or just tricks. But that is what your mind is really good at. To trick you to do the easy thing. Okay? That's why you have habits. That's why you're brushing your teeth out of habit. And most of the time you can't even tell if you did every teeth. Because you are not paying any attention. You are running on autopilot. And you are only running on autopilot because you have already trained yourself to do this every day. It became too easy to do. And that's what your mind does. It tricks you into doing these easy things. Okay. Peter is just telling us that he's coming back to the stream very soon, which is great because I have been hogging the stream for about an hour now, and I am reaching the end of my notes anyway. So, I urge you all to consider all of the traps that you can imagine your mind throwing at you. Because it will. Your own mind will try to trick you to give up on your goals, to not work towards them, to break your resolutions. Okay? And if you just consider them, these possible traps and tricks in advance, you can prevent yourself to fail to these. And hey, I'm glad you are enjoying it. And for a last thought, something in this that consider these traps in advance. The biggest trick that your mind can play on you is thinking that stumbling once is the same as failing entirely. Okay? Like you promise to go to the gym 5 times a week and you are so depleted. You can't even consider going to the gym and you only went 3 times a day. And darling, wait until I'm coming out, please. So it's just like it's coming up on the end of the week. You only been 3 times this week. You are absolutely exhausted out of your mind. And your resolution was to go at least 5 times a week. And you miss it. And now it's the next week and you think about it. Last week I only went 3 times. And you say, oh God, oh goodness, oh no, I failed. I failed my New Year's resolution. I'm not doing it. And now you want to give it up. Now you want to give it all up. And that's one of the greatest tricks. Like, are you really failing? Because you missed 1 time at the gym? Really? Like, it's March. You have been diligently going 5 times a week and you're missing 1 occasion or 2, and now you are really giving up. And I think originally Dr. K put it in words like this: you are winning to 34-1 and you give up. And you know, it's true. It's true. Because your mind tricks you into believing that you are actually failing in achieving your goal. Don't. Consider this in advance. That these thoughts will come up. These thoughts will be whispering inside of your head. And all you have to do is persevere. Not let your mind that is addicted to your habits win, because in some cases your mind winning is winning against you and winning against your goals. And sometimes, actually many times, your opponent, your enemy that you have to overcome to win in life is yourself. So don't let yourself to trip yourself up. Okay? Hey, baby. Hello. Oh, you are munching on something. Okay. Okay, so these were all of my notes on setting goals. And I'm going to share this with you all on Discord, but I don't know if it's gonna be helpful to anyone. I hope it will be. And just, I hope it will be helpful and that you can win. Whatever it is, I hope you will win. Okay. Now, I forgot about chat for a little bit. And other times it's so distracting. I'm still not any good at following chat. Okay. Oh, hey, that's a great way to word it. Hello, darling. I'm glad you are feeling well. Okay, munch on that snack. I'm coming out soon. Okay, so you say there is no failure, only feedback. That's a great way of wording it. Okay? I like to think about it as some days you win and some days you learn, and this is not something I came up with. On the days when you are not so successful, when you're not feeling like you are winning, those are the days when you are learning a lot. And most wins are achieved through a series of fails. That means reassess your goal, assess what kept you from it. Yeah, redefine success. That's right. If you are able to consider that you have failed, then you are still standing. Then you are still able to do something. You are so lovely, Coconut Cream Soaper. Thank you. It's so sweet of you to say all of this. Thank you. Yeah, it seems like my baby has overcome her previous not feeling so well about the word, and she's very chatty right now, and she's standing in the doorway chatting into the room. Okay. Oh, awesome. So you are leaving me with 2 flashlights. Awesome. They are hunting monsters with the flashlights. Amazing. Let me see those monsters. Okay. I had a great time preparing with my notes and with these topics and researching the right acronyms for you all. I hope it's helpful, and I hope you all had a great time. Peter came back. It is time to return to Project Zomboid, I think. Now let me mute myself and let me know if it works. Love you all. See you next week. Bye bye.